Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ICLD. We'll take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So all this here may look like several days worth of time. It's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. From a presentation, and I should note I did this one on Friday, so that's where these red and green line annotations are coming from. From a presentation standpoint, this one's somewhat tricky because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought somewhere around here, or maybe you bought right there, heck, you bought right there, and you wanted to sell within, 11.23 seconds, then yeah, for you, the chart's looking pretty rough. But if you care about the big picture of things, then yeah, I get it. There was a pretty big pullback here. But even with the pullback, again, big picture perspective, the bulls still have plenty of opportunity to build a higher base. And with higher bases, that's how those longer term uptrends are, built and constructed. So, with that being said, what I want to do is just a little bit of house cleaning here. Get rid of these lines, or I should say that line right there. And I just want to really focus on one because that'll kind of illustrate this whole big picture thing of how the bulls are still in full control. Now, if you think I'm crazy, making these comments about bulls being in control, my guess would be, like I said, you just had a much different strategy and perspective going into the trade. And, going back to the whole, kind of key level and long-term uptrends, constructing those, stair steps, that's where this 0.033 level comes into play, which what I talked about on Friday. So let's just say this happens. I'm not saying it will, but let's just say the price pulls down here, bounces around, and then heads back up from that point of view. What would you have in this, in this situation? Well, you'd have a base of lows right here, and you'd have the previous base of lows down there. So if you picture each one of those as stair steps, the overall stair steps are still going in the upwards direction. Again, I fully realize if you're a day trader and you bought up there, or you bought right there, you couldn't care less about this overall stair step. But I'm just trying to illustrate that for those that do care about more than just 1 or 2 days, taking a step back, there's still plenty of wiggle room for the bulls to be able to construct this longer term uptrend. So that's why in my mind, at least 0.033 is a very important level of support going forward. Short term wise, in terms of levels of resistance, I'll still stay focused on the main one up there at 0.049, but short term, if there is any sort of bounce right there at 0.04 is going to be that initial area of resistance. But in my opinion, breaking levels of resistance, not really the huge priority right now. Top priority is just going through a healthy consolidation and building that higher base. So the week is young, still 4 days left. We'll see how it all unfolds. One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.